So, on the second or third day that you start going to the neonatal unit, the sisters and doctor refer to your journey. They refer to the whole journey now of having a prem baby. And they tell you that every journey is different. Every person handles their journey different. Every person's journey is different. There's no two people in the world that has the same journey. So, when I started making these videos, I thought I was going to make daily ones, give updates. And I quickly realized that today we're sitting on day 12. And there's not much difference. We've had two very big scares with Gabriella. The first one was a slight brain bleed. That is because the brain all of a sudden has to accommodate blood, which causes some of the veins to rupture because they're so thin. And there's actually different degrees of brain bleeds. You get level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4, or sometimes referred to as grades. The brain bleed that Gabriella had was not even graded yet. It was so small, and it cleared up within a day. But just hearing that, knowing that, that breaks you down to a point that you didn't realize ever existed. That panic that sets in, that hopelessness that sets in. You don't know. You don't know what they're going to say. And by the grace of God and all His angels, we came through it. Then we had a couple of very good days where she was stable, she was busy, she's on the go, she's growing. They haven't measured it yet, but myself and Johan believe she's grown 5 centimeters. Weighing is still a bit of an iffy subject because of all the pipes and tubes that's connected, but according to what we understand this morning, she's over her birth weight. So even without the mommy feeds, she's doing well. So yesterday, we get to the hospital to go and visit her. As we go every morning after we dropped off our kids at school, we go and visit her until it's time to come back, fetch our youngest. Then we fetch our eldest, come home, eat, bath and go back. That's our new normal. That's our new journey. I'm not allowed to drive for 6 weeks. Luckily I'm in 2 week 2. So all responsibilities on Johan. And we're tired. We're on edge. And your brain goes places you don't want to acknowledge. So yesterday we get there, and what they usually do is they check how much of the food she has processed before they give her more milk. And that would be now mommy milk into her tummy. So they literally take a sample from her stomach because the feeding tube goes through her little nose into her tummy. And standing there, but now you almost expect what you see. You know what you see, you know what you're going to see. You get a strong stomach. And they pull a sample and it's green. Green and has in black. And the doctor says, oh, no feeds for a couple of days. I'm like, what's going on? Oh no, she has a light bowel infection. So no feeds for the next couple of days. And I'm thinking, okay. Doesn't look normal. Doesn't sound normal. Doesn't sound right. Doctor says, no, it's not something very good, but it's something they expect with such a prim baby. And I said to Johan, okay, they have to then do what they need to do. And I need to go to the doctor to have my stitches checked, and we'll see how it goes. But we know it's not good. We know it's not right. So we leave and we go to my doctor, my gynae, checks my wound, happy with my wound, and starts talking to us, how's baby doing? And she gives us this funny name, and at this point in time it just flows out of my head. It's gone. Basically, it's infection of the tummy and intestines. It perishes the stomach and the intestines, which means that dirt and stuff goes into the stomach. From the stomach goes into the body can get septic and they go die of septicemia. It is one of the most dangerous things that can happen to a baby. Myself and Johan says, now we need to know what's going on, we need to understand. And we go back to hospital. And on the way I made the biggest mistake ever. I used Dr. Google. Side note, please people, please, stop using Google to read up or diagnose or anything like that. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. What I read yesterday and what I saw yesterday in the 15-minute drive from my doctor to the hospital, I will never forget in my life. I'm in a flat spin. Johan is in a flat spin. We're back at the hospital. And I just said, Lord, please guide me. Please support me. Please help me. I don't know what to do. I turned to the sister. I said to her, please explain to me what this means. Explain to me how bad it is. Explain to me how it's going to affect her. Explain to me what's going to happen. She said to me, when a preem baby is born, they put lines through the navel, which tests the blood pressure, where they take blood, where they give intravenous blood drips. Then usually in day 5 or 6, they put in the PICC line. Now, a PICC line is a semi-permanent drip line. This line is either in the arm on the head, and it literally runs under the skin in a vein right through to the heart, meaning medicine is then delivered straight to the heart. So by the time we got back from my doctor's appointment, for the first time ever, I actually got to see my baby girl, not through a piece of glass. They had the whole cot open. So yeah, yet again, Star Wars, Star Trek. I could really space age people. We got there. They had to put a pick line into my little girl's head on the side. It's running from her head right to her heart. They took out all the lines in the stomach and they stopped feeds. Also, we found out that at 4 o'clock yesterday morning they had to intubate because she dislodged the breathing tube in her nose. So it means it went from the vein supply for the lungs into the esophagus, which means she was not getting oxygen into her lungs but into her esophagus. The good thing there is, for that little bit of time that she wasn't on the ventilator, she was actually breathing by herself, which surprised us and the doctors. And to get back to the infection, I think, if I remember right, it's NSC. And they said the minute there is something wrong in the stomach gives off a green tinge. That green tinge does not necessarily mean NSC. In Gabriella's case, they suspected that because of the dislodgement of the air pipe, it put her under distress. And that the lines that's now going through her navel has now been in for longer than needed to be, and that had to come out. By the time we got back to her, they did another test of the stomach and it was looking a bit better. She was on antibiotics. She was put onto antibiotics and under strict instructions, bare minimum touch, which means myself and you are not allowed to touch her. This morning when we got there, the stomach was looking a bit better, but it's not 100% as yet. So we're still waiting for the go ahead to see if she'll be taking over feeds again. So it's a day-to-day, hour-to-hour, week-to-week battle. The NICU journey is not measured in weeks. It's measured in days. It's measured in stages. It's measured in what ventilator they are connected to. It's measured into what crypt they're lying. It's measured on how much feed they can tolerate. It's measured on how much their tummy goes. It's measured on their blood pressure. It's measured on their oxygen level. It's measured on their heart capacity. It's measured on their lung capacity. So our journey is still starting. Journey's still starting and I'm already tired. Because for every person out there that's supporting us, praying with us, sending love and just sending us little notes, you also get the opposite of people that just doesn't care. That really doesn't care. And this morning I spoke to Johan and I said to him, I really want to help parents in our situation. I would really make part of my journey a lesson for myself. To learn as much as I can, as quickly as I can. To one day be able to help and support people, not just with prem babies, but with children. And for people to understand this journey. Every person's journey is different. Every person's situation is different. Every baby is different. But there's not a lot of support. There's not a lot of understanding. There's not a lot of guidance. Doctors are professionals. They give you facts. Sisters are professionals, but they're more empathetic, and they try to be more human, but they're also professionals and they know the ins and outs. Trying to talk to other people that went through similar situation also doesn't always help. I won't go into detail and to say how or why I say that, but it doesn't always help. Because your emotional state doesn't allow that to help. You see, in my case, you already got your baby to come home, I'm still there. At this point in time, Gabriella is the smallest baby at Park Lane Hospital. And she's going to be the smallest for a while because it doesn't happen a lot that a 24-week-old baby lives. At this stage, she's 25 weeks, 25 and a half weeks. Sorry, I'm counting days and hours and minutes. Myself and Johan walk around permanently with our cell phones. Every time our cell phone rings, we jump so high we have many heart attacks. Our whole life is based on times and schedules and travel and eating and sleeping and making sure we look after our kids that's here at home. Still letting them know that we love them and we're here for them, but also we need to give time to Gabby. This journey has only started, people, and it's not easy. So like I always say, spare a thought for the moms and dads out there. Remember, there's some babies that don't come home. And for all the friends and family that still watch, please send those lovely messages and prayers. Thank you for still being interested. Because Gabby needs the prayers and myself and Johan need the support. I thank you guys very much.